All judges are ready, so the floor is yours.
Good afternoon, everyone. All right, we are Team There. I'm here with friends Anthony and Will from Islam Consulting and Nash. We're here to talk to you about our application called There. Imagine you're a refugee in a new city. You've probably had a host of problems in your recent past. Dislocation, you might have lost loved ones. You've been forced out of your home and your life is shattered in a lot of meaningful ways. Imagine trying to focus on programs like, learning English, getting job training and stuff like that. It might be difficult if you're in this situation where you don't really know what's going on with your life. The good news is there are people, professionals out there to help refugees in this scenario. The problem is an overwhelming number of physical barriers having to do with getting help they need. For example, physical distance. If you're a refugee with kids, a job, a bus pass, it's going to be difficult to take a day off your job, take a day off work, get your kid to sitter, and go across town to see a therapist to deal with your problems. Another problem, there's not enough therapists out there. There's plenty of volunteers, but training is not something you can just do overnight. It takes lots and lots of hours of real-time communication with clients and therapists in the room together. Lastly,
a lot of these people are interacting with a lot of trauma. The biggest thing that I know, being a person with anxiety, I can only imagine what it would feel like to show up in another country and not really know what to do, not have any friends, not have any type of support, and then have the apprehension of really learning to speak a language and then really not knowing what to do. So we're leveraging technology to bridge that gap, and we're there. And if you notice in our logo, it here is actually more present because we're recognizing that where they came from, all the experiences they had, we're being here for them. And that's why we came up with There.
So we go ahead, jump right into the application. I'm a therapist, and I have a direct need. I want to access more clients, but I can't. So we've developed There, and I'll go ahead and log in as myself. Each user has their own profile associated with themselves. And here we go, just a pure list of sessions. These are sessions that I've configured with people. And we are serving a direct need. We talked to plenty of mentors and stuff. We said, I wish I could contact more clients. And I just can't, it's difficult to get to them. So I'll go ahead and I see I have a schedule, a session scheduled for today. So I'll go ahead and hop in there. You can see me pop up in the bottom left-hand corner. And we should have Will, our client, pop online. Will is he's a refugee in Germany. He's recently been evacuated from Syria and been resettled in Germany. And he's going to talk to me today. Down the bottom right, we have our translator. Now this is where our app is truly unique in serving a business need that is not there yet. You can't just use Skype. You can't use Facebook chat or something like that. Those are not secure. These have to be proprietary things run by people like the IRC, the International Rescue Committee. This brings everyone together. If I'm a translator, one of my biggest problems is finding, if I'm a therapist, one of the biggest problems is finding translators to come and help me talk to my clients. I can't, get that all the time. A lot of times it's just calling in. A lot of times it's just using gestures to communicate with my clients. Here we have real-time facial communication with Will and our translator there at the same time. Say we don't have a translator, we can make use of things like Google Translate APIs to send real-time messages between each other. Hey, Will. Will can respond back if you want to. I guess that's out of time.
Questions from the judges? We have a question down here from Felix.
Can you repeat again the reason why they would use this aside from another platform like Facebook, Apple, Skype, Hangouts?
So there is a number of reasons. One is this platform is HIPAA compliant. It's also going to be secure. It provides a way for people to not only get service directly, but get service from specialists. And also, uniquely, we don't show it here, but there's also the ability to have observers. So from a training perspective, You have a licensed clinical psychologist who's providing trauma care to a refugee. You have your translator there, and they have the therapeutic relationship is maintained with the same people, the same translator, with the same voice that someone's speaking for you. And finally, also, you might have some observers. These are PhD psychology students who are observing. They get to actually get live real-time training, watching and participating, taking notes, leaving messages, and so on. And that can be done across borders as well. That's an important thing too. We can get.
That's the real need. It's very difficult to train new therapists, and you can't do that. You have to get people all in the room together. And like I said, it's difficult to get just the refugee in the room, let alone everybody else. So we can have an unlimited number of observers, getting those hours that they need to be trained up and stuff like that. And that fills the direct need. That's what Skype.
Was there another question?